What's up, y'all? You kicking it with the Junkyard Dog on junkyarddogs.com. It's day 4 of Project Mayhem, 7 Days of Mayhem. I got some good news. I got this package, so I think this might be the E85 compatible S-holes. All right, it might be. Yup, came. You see the big difference? It's all molded S-holes. You see how it's already like that, so it doesn't have to kink. And even if it does bend, it doesn't. You see the difference? I mean, come on, man. I don't know what the hell it was. This is not even the same length, you know? So you try to make this an S-hose, it's just gonna pinch off your fuel supply. Cost me $8, $8.60 with the shipping and everything. So, boom. Guys, stop being lazy. Look around on the internet. LMR is not the only place to get parts for your Mustang, all right? Let's get to it. So I know we're kind of jumping around here, but issue is that I try to get things done, that whatever I can get done for that particular day. That's what I was waiting on to finish with these hangers. Boom, so let's clear all this out the way here. Put it back here. Boom, boom, boom. Oh man, it's looking like a good day so far. So that's the one that I didn't want to use, and this is the one I did want to use. So got the 255. You gotta go, gotta go. All right, we got this fat boy. So let's get him together. It's like extra long. So I might have to trim this S-hose a little bit. They made it extra long, which is cool, but it's gotta come down probably about halfway so that I can get it. And it's long like this way too. I'm already seeing that this stock fuel hat system with this tank is eventually gonna, I'm eventually gonna outgrow it. I already see what's going on because I had to first I had to cut the hose, and the middle part of the hose was still too long. So the pump is in slightly angled, which isn't a huge deal, but I would have preferred for it to be straight up and down. But so the bottom here, I cut out a piece of the hat there because it wasn't coming out right. And then I realize now why on the old pump they got that plastic there, because they don't want the pump to ground out to the hanger. So that doesn't happen here because it's the plastic, which is, I realized what that was for. So some of these, they include stuff in here for other applications is what I've noticed. So yeah. And I put the little jacket on it, and then I used a clamp here at the bottom because the only way that's held in otherwise is these two bolts here, and another 2 on the other side, 4 in total, and it just squishes it. Which, I mean, I don't think it's gonna go anywhere, but I just put this on because I'm paranoid like that. Okay, everything's on. Got the retaining clip. Boom. Ready to go in the tank. All right, so only thing left would be to solder these wires. So I met this real cool cat, man. I was at the supermarket with Chuck, and he told me that he watches my show, and we talked for a little bit, and he's got a real tight Coyote Swap Fox. I mean, it's tight, like it looked real good. And his regulator was mounted right here, like right here on the shock tower. So I'm thinking I'm probably gonna do the same thing. He had it like, it was right here, and then the hoses went through this hole right here where the brake line goes. So it's away from the exhaust, and then he had the lines ran up under here and then to the back. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. And as you can see here, I got this loosely kind of fitted on there. The hose looks good. I'm gonna get the flashlight and look down there, and if both of them can fit without pinching, then we got action there too. I managed to get this bracket to work with that little pocket back there. So I'm gonna go on ahead and make it like soft as far as like deburring the edges so it doesn't like chafe or scrape on the hose. But yeah, man, it's peaked, it peeks through right there. So I got two 90s right here, Boom. You got them down there. They're tucked away in the cut. So there it is. So it's going in the front. Then when it comes out the back, we're gonna put the pressure regulator on the shock tower or the strut tower. Got the fuel pressure regulator mounted. I really wish that the vacuum line was on that side, but it's okay. If it comes out here, and then I'll just run it around and underneath this sail, just like the fuel lines. So we'll do the same thing with that. This is the Y block, right? So my man over at ProFlow was saying, oh, it's a thick, chunky block. And I said, you know what? I like it. Leave it just the way it is. With Ford, I've noticed that, you know, if I can stick my hand here when the engine's hot and it not burn, then I think we should be okay with the fuel line. So, yeah, so I kind of marked it out to where I want it right around here. Okay. No, this elbow does not hit the belt. The belt actually comes and goes around back that way and then comes up over the alternator. So yeah, we're good right there. And I was hoping that the fuel line could come out right here, kind of run along here and then attach to the hard line. Let me get a proper marking with this on the car and then take off that bracket and drill the holes. All right, so I went ahead and used some socket head. I'm really becoming a fan of socket head bolts because they just fit so nicely and they look so clean. Just make sure, guys, when you're using socket head bolts, do not use power tools on them, impact wrenches and all that. It will round out and it will be a nightmare. This is just something that would take. This is not something that I'm anticipating having to take off very often. So just keep that in mind when you're dealing with socket head bolts. So let me just go ahead and put this back on and then measure the holes, just cut them, attach them, and see how it looks. See? You see it? It goes underneath and then comes up right over there. You see I'd marred up my 90. I'm gonna have to paint it again, but it's all part of the learning process, guys. Sometimes you jack stuff up. You gotta go over it a second time. There it is. So I'm gonna like zip tie it out the way and kind of get it as far away from the exhaust as possible. I mean, I got a whole fist and a half of space. I'm thinking that's good enough. So it won't start a fire or anything. All right, so there you have it. We put on the Y block and I installed the fuel pressure regulator and cut the hoses and put it on the fittings. Yo, that is not as easy as it sounds to cut the hose and put on the fittings. For me, I don't know why, it just kept fraying and so I kind of cooked it a little bit with the propane torch just to kind of get it to, you know what I'm saying? But man, that wasn't as easy as I thought it was gonna be. Making progress, I'm glad, you know. Unfortunately, I missed the day. Guys, I was working on it, but I couldn't upload the video. I just didn't have time to edit it. But I was working on it. So, yeah, we out here. Junkyard dogging. Woo!